Namaste. Welcome to today's Traditional Hatha Yoga class. I'm Jamie. Let's begin with our usual opening mantra, which is below this picture in the comments, above the comments. This is a mantra where we evoke, invoke, generate peace, wholeness, health, end to suffering for ourselves and other beings. So, like Gandhi said, we can be the change we want to be in the world. We want more peace, then if we become more peaceful, we create more peace. So, spine straight, shoulders up, back and down. Breathe in, deep inhalation, deep exhalation. You can have a sound if you like to begin before we begin our arms. We'll start with 3 arms and we'll end with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Allow this sound that you create to be your first asana, your first observation of movement, in this case sound, within your body, and the observation of the effect of your creation of this movement. Savisham svastir bhavatu, savisham shantir bhavatu, Savisham Purnam Bhavatu, Savisham Mangalaham Bhavatu, Save Bhavantu Sukhina, Save Santu Niramaya, Save Bhadrani Pashantu, Makashi Dukha Bhagave, Rasatuma Sadkamaya, Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, Mrithyo Mahamritam Gamaya, Purnamadam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamiva Vashishate. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti. You can place your hands in Chin Mudra, your first finger and thumb making a circle, the other 3 fingers out. Pushing your inner elbows out so they are straight. You should feel that pulling up your chest, chin parallel, eyes soft, lips soft. And let's begin with our regular 3-part yogic breath, breathing into the belly deeply. Allowing that to expand up to the rib cage, and then expand up to the top of our chest. Then releasing from the top, releasing the ribcage, releasing the belly back to the spine. Again, belly, ribs, and the top of the chest. And backwards, top of the chest, rib cage, belly. Do 2 more of these cycles. And you can let the sound of your breath be audible in the back of your throat, like the sounds of the ocean. Stimulating our vagus nerve and helping our systems relax. And during our whole practice, try to keep this breath, particularly anytime you're in a pose that is challenging, or maybe your mind starts to wander and think about what you're going to have for dinner, or that thing you should have told that person at work. Just return to your breath. Watch your breath. And on the next exhale, we're going to begin our normal, regular back warm-ups. This can be done, you can have a block. If you find it hard to sit cross-legged, I like sitting with my heels stacked in Siddhasana. You can do any position, including lotus, half lotus. Now we're just going to warm up our backs by creeping forward like a cat. If you really want to let out a meow, you can really just be your cat today, bring a little play into your practice. Try and keep your bottom, your sitting bones on the ground, and stretching out with your paws to the left. Deep yogic breath. And stretching out to the front again. Deep breath. Stretching out to the sides. You might not be able to get as far as, there's this right angle here, but every day you'll be able to get a little bit further, getting more spinal flexibility, which is supposed to, in Indian tradition, improve longevity. One leg goes out, we'll use the right, the heel goes to the perineum or the cervix, and you can feel that connection is actually very good for your urinary health. And again, you can use a prop if you need to. You can bend your knee a little bit if you need to as well. And just going towards your hands, opening the chest, so the left hand is kind of over the ear. You can imagine that this right nipple, this heart, is turning towards heaven with your buttocks on the floor. So if you go loose and turn like that, then the buttock isn't on the floor, you're not getting that same lateral stretch. Let's take 3 breaths here. And you can hold your breath slightly in between the in and the out. And even between the 3 parts of the yogic breath. So into the belly, hold, into the chest, hold, into the clavicular area, hold, just for a microsecond. Next, exhale, and inhale our arm up. And then let gravity pull us all the way up, opening us and swapping like a pendulum to the other side. And if you only have 5 minutes in the morning, it's a really nice way just to wake your body up, these last 2 poses. And stretching back. And we've woken these major muscle groups. Let's waken our little micro muscles around our face. Imagine it's raining in your head, your fingers are the raindrops. your scalp a little massage, touching little places that maybe don't often get touched. Your ears, give your ears a rub. Make all those funny faces you see dogs doing. Oh, they always look like they're having a good time doing it, don't they? Try it out. Oh. People have a lot of tension in their jaw often, particularly if they're angry, which can often mask fear or pain. And patting our upper body awake. And we're now going to come onto our backs. So feet at this angle, lying down on our backs. Bring your feet a little bit closer. And just let the earth hold you. Gravitational hug of Mother Earth. Let your pelvis drop. See if you can feel the bones, where the bones and the flesh meet. At this point is the fascia. We know that this is an important organ. And if we relax this area, we really help our systems. Becoming aware of where the fibers of the muscle meet our bones is a really good aspect to discover this. And let's just begin rotating clockwise, like a wristwatch, your pelvis in a circle. Getting a little bigger to like an alarm clock. Getting bigger to more like a kitchen clock. Just moving. The pelvis is going to be the center of most of your movements today, whether you're just walking or you're ballroom dancing or moving around the kitchen. And then the other side, going from kitchen clock down to alarm clock, down to wristwatch. And we're going to do some exercise opening up our hips today. And the first one, we'll take our right heel and put it on our left knee. We're going to keep our toes alert, and the way you keep them alert is by flexing the toes, right toes towards the right knee. I'm going to take the left thigh, and feeling the pressure of the ankle against the knee, we're just going to pull the thigh gently towards us. Don't do any strain. If you feel any pain on the knee, stop immediately and just rest with your feet on the floor for this pose. The way to protect that knee is by keeping your right foot flexed. The left foot can just hang. It's got nothing to do at the moment. Breathing deeply into that. Three breaths. And swap. Left foot to right knee, left toes pointing towards left knee. Hips are supposed to, in some healing traditions, hold a lot of memories, trauma, so you might find some emotional release. It's a really good thing to do, to loosen your hips. Making us feel more free to be in the present. Experiencing life as it is, not life as it was. And putting our feet on the floor. And now we're going to have, either depending on how much space you've got, you can have cactus arms like that at right angles, or you can be out looking at your fingers. I'm just going to shift this microphone a little bit. We're going to roll our knees towards our left, keeping our right shoulder pinned down, opening up our hips, and again we're going to have a spine rotation, looking at our right fingers. Try and keep your feet, without forcing them, flat on the ground, so that the extension is in your lower back. 2 more breaths here, remembering the 3-part yogic breath. A variation is just to have your knees all the way over, like this, without your foot on the floor. You can experiment and see which your body prefers today. And inhaling up, and we're going to swap over. So cactus arms left, or looking at straight arm with the fingers, and using the weight of the left hand to pull your knees down. Again, with your knees together, or you can have your one foot on the floor, and so it's more in your lower back. In order to get that stretch, sometimes it helps to have the feeling of opposites, so the foot being anchored and the knee being twisted. Okay. Breathe your right arm up. Extend your right leg. Turn over to your right side with your knee going over. Flop over to your belly and turning, lying on the ground like this. Now, if you have any stiffness on your shoulders, this is opening the chest and opening the shoulder, then I want you, for example, if you have a stiff right shoulder, I have a bit of a stiff right shoulder, I'm going to start by opening my left side. If we do that, it helps relax the major muscles and makes it easier to relax the other side. If you have a stiff left shoulder, start on your right side. But actually, I'll face this way so you'll be able to see it more easily. So, I'm going to put my left arm up at 45 degrees. I'm just going to push up and turn, opening the chest like this. And looking up, if I can, at my fingertips. Now you can stay like this, is okay. You don't have to have your arm up if that's uncomfortable. If you can, breathe your arm up, look at your fingertips, and if you can, come all the way so your feet are flat on the ground. And we're going to breathe 5 full yogic breaths here. Looking at your fingertips. Try and have your arm extended, not pulled back, but softly extended. And breathing into this area of the chest. Fifth breath. Taking little pause after the in-breath and out-breath. Extending the legs, swapping over, so the right arm is now 45 degrees. Left arm comes up, and if you can, twisting all the way around so your knees are facing the ceiling. And you're looking at your fingertips. And although the major stretch probably feels like it's on the right side now, by holding the left arm up, you're allowing a lot of tension and a lot of kind of adjustment to happen naturally on your left side too. 3 more breaths. And coming down, facing the floor again. Hands to your chest. Coming up into Cobra. And back into Down Dog. You can walk the dog. Coming into a cross-legged position. We're going to do the first of 2 pranayama. I'm going to introduce a new pranayama today. With pranayama, I always like to start with a balancing one, alternate nostril breathing, which was introduced in the very first. And this is just breathing in for 4, breathing out for 8. The more advanced version is breathing in for 4, holding for 16, and out for 8. And then you can increase in increments, so you could breathe in for 5, hold for 20, out for 10. And these are rough approximations. It doesn't have to be exact. Let's begin with a few rounds of that. I'm going to lead it as though we're on the intermediate one of 4, 16, 8. So always start and finish with the left. It's more calming, less stimulating. Most people in the West, we have so much stimulation with computers and so on, and coffee. Usually less stimulation, more calming is what benefits us. So breathing in, left nostril, right, and right nostril is closed with the thumb. You can put the 2 fingers like that, other fingers like this, and you can hold support with the other arm if you wish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the left nostril with the ring finger and pinky, holding for 16, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I overcounted, out for 8. Sorry about that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. In for 4 right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. Left 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In left 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Outright 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 4. Hold 16. $14, $15, $16, out 8. 6, 7, 8. Breathing through both nostrils. Noticing the effect of this calming breath, this balancing breath. Now we're going to come into combination of Gomukhasana, which means cow face pose, which you'll find out why in a second if you don't know it, and dog breath, which is very good for the immune system. Both of these are very good for the immune system actually, which is obviously at the moment is something priority for everyone. You can use a support if you need to. Otherwise, what we're doing, taking the left ankle to outside the right buttock, and you can kind of sit on it if you like. That's what they do in Ashtanga. And actually, if you find with your hand, you'll find a point of your buttocks that feels maybe a little tender. This is actually a very strong acupressure point. If you can get your heel to press in and giving that a kind of hard massage, that's part of the benefit of this posture. The other knee, the right knee, comes over. So going from straight out like that, over, and stacks on top of your left knee. So again, with the buttock pressing into your left. It's called cow face because this is the cow's nose, here's the cow's ears. And it's actually a position where, for meditation or playing the sitar. So with your right hand over your left, take some deep breaths with your chin parallel to the floor. We're now going to open up with our straps if we need. You might not have a strap, you might just have a belt, piece of rope, whatever you have is good. Even a bit of kitchen measuring tape would probably work. And we're just going to let our fingers meet the back. Imagine you're extending your hand to your friend to help him up a wall or climbing. So you're pulling your fingers towards each other. I'll just show you what that looks like at the back. Carry on deepening your breath here. And now we're going to do dog breath. And the point, one of the great things about this asana is it activates the lymph in the armpit and the lymph in the groin. So it really helps stimulate these parts of our immune system that really only get stimulated by movement and stretch. I'm going to do dog breath for about 45 seconds on each side. It's simply just like it sounds when you see your dog panting or someone's dog panting. Letting your tongue hang out. Just breathing out, concentrating on the out breath. The in breath should happen naturally. If you carry on doing that, eventually you'll start to feel a kind of maybe a light tingly feeling in your head. This is your immune system is being stimulated. Keeping your elbows facing the ceiling. About 20 more seconds. Breathing in, releasing the right arm, releasing the left, swapping over, putting your right foot out, your left foot out, right foot to your left buttock, left foot to your right buttock. So this one, as you can probably imagine, is a little bit harder to do in public than the alternate nostril breathing. But if you do get away with it, you can let us know how you do that, how you get on in the comments. So again, opening your armpits. Breathing into any discomfort. Full yogic breath. Eyes, lips soft. This is a meditation position. And we'll have another 45 seconds or so of dog breath on this side. Fifteen more seconds. Deep breath in. Hopefully feel a little bit enlivened from that. Start to move, and we'll come up to the front of our mats, coming more into our macro muscles. And we'll do sun salutations. So standing in Samastiti, imagining a string is pulling your sternum up, bring your head up, smile underneath your chin. Lips soft, eyes soft, shoulders up, back and down. Hands are alive, feet rooted in the ground. You can send your energy down to the ground like a tree. Your thighs are locked. You can imagine you're clenching a coin in your buttocks. Your belly is contracted slightly. And this position is kind of almost a position you should be trying holding in every single position you do. So whether you're doing a cobra or you're in down dog, you're activating these aspects of your body, contracting your tummy, contracting your your thighs. Okay. This is our practice of gratitude to the life-giving sun. Sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. Inhale up into Hasta Uttasana. Up and slightly back. Bending from the top, not our backs. Exhale down Uttanasana. You can bend your knees if you wish. Straight legs if you can. Inhale the right leg back. Looking up. You can have your knee on the floor, you can have your foot flat on the floor like that, as you wish. Hold the breath into plank, and let's hold that for 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knees go down, chest goes down, chin goes down. Breathing in, pushing forward and up. To cobra. Feet are flat on the ground here. And you can come up into up dog if you like. And back into down dog. Remembering those 5, remember to do 3-point yogic breaths. We'll do 5 rotations. Chest and the head coming down to the ground. The weight even between your hands and your feet. Pushing your heels down to the ground, so you might be kind of like that. Try and stretch out your back legs by putting your heels down on the ground. Put most of your weight on the pad of your thumb. Most of your forward weight. And then inhale your right foot forward. Exhale your left foot forward. Inhale up. Exhale Pranamasana. Inhale Samasthiti. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left back. Hold plank. 5 seconds. 4, 5. Knees, chest, chin down. Exhale. Inhale up into cobra. Shoulders back. Chest as in the Samasthiti. Exhaling back into down dog. Holding for 5 again. You really want your back to be as flat as possible, and you do this by bringing your chest to the ground. Inhale, left forward. Exhale, right forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, Samasthiti. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right back. Hold breath, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale right. So inhale right, sorry. Hold breath plank. Knees, chest, chin to ground. Inhale up. Exhale down dog. Inhale right forward. Exhale left forward. Inhale up. Exhale Panamasana. Inhale Samastiti. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left back. Exhale plank. Sorry, hold plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale forward and up into Cobra. Exhaling down dog with your hips and heels going back. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale Panamasana. Inhale Samastiti. We'll do the last round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale right. Hold breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale up. Looking right. Look towards your left ankle. Exhale, inhale left. Look towards your right ankle. Back to center. Inhale again. Exhale, down dog. Walking the dog. Perhaps your heart rate is a little bit higher now. Try and stabilize that heartbeat with deep, soft breathing. So even if your heartbeat is high, you're feeling physiologically calm. Inhale the right forward. Exhaling the left forward. Inhale up. Exhale Panamasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left back. Hold breath plank. Let's do 10. Good for building the core muscles, which is very good for all asanas. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale up into Cobra. And you can do baby Cobra if you like, which is just like this. Exhaling to down dog, tuck the toes, pull the hips back. Three more breaths here. Inhaling the left forward. Really feeling that pull of opposites forward and back. Inhale the right forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling Pranayama. Inhale Samastiti. Let's take 2 breaths here. Now we're going to take a very short Savasana, just less than a minute. See if you can surrender for a full minute, lying on your back, doing absolutely nothing. The hardest asana for many people. You can let your eyes be closed. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles, your knees, your hips. Organs of elimination and creation. All other organs. Shoulders, chest, throat, jaw, lips, eyes, ears, head, fingertips, palms, inside of your elbows, shoulders. Whole body is one unit breathing. However your body wants to breathe, just observing. And shortly you'll hear 3 bells and you can come up to sitting position. And this kind of body scanning is a great way to help you get to sleep if you ever have had issues getting to sleep. Just doing this body scan is a really beautiful way of doing that. So having a little stretch. Finding a way to come back to your center, back to a sitting position. And we're going to start with Navasana, boat pose. Sanskrit is the root of many European languages, so Nava, boat, navy, you probably recognize. And this one, we've got our feet flat on the ground, knees bent, and we can have our hands behind our thighs for extra stability. You can have your hands and feet straight up like this. And essentially, you're going to make a tripod of your tailbone and your sitting bones. Once you've got that feeling, raising your legs, and this is fine. We're going to hold for 20 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, shoulders back, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and relaxing the feet. Well done. Okay, this is a bit of preparation for 2 bird poses where we're going to use our core. First one we've done before, Kakasana, or the crow. And this one, if you're not so used to it, please get a cushion or something to put in front. So if you balance, you might fall forward. You've got a nice soft landing. So coming onto our haunches in the Asian squat, let's firstly just open our hips a little bit more by pushing out your hips with your knees, feeling that stretch also in the inside of your thighs. With your back straight, breathing in. And relax. Okay, now putting our hands, fingers spread out, thumbs pointing towards each other, shoulders width, and about a foot in front of our bodies. We're going to balance on our hands, and we're going to put our knees in our armpits. I'll show you briefly, and we'll do it together. So you can put your knees in your armpits. If you're quite sweaty at the moment, it's quite difficult, so fabric trousers can help if you do sweat quite a lot. Otherwise, just get a towel and give yourself a wipe. And if you are sweating, excellent. It's really good for you to really have a full sweat at least a couple of times a week. So, coming on to feeling the weight pushing down onto our hands and lifting one foot at a time and really engaging the core and rounding the back. This is Kakasana. If you find it easier to do what's called Bakasana, which is the crane, which is where you have your knees on the outside, so rather than pushing your triceps, pushing the back of your arms from your armpits, you're kind of balancing your knees here. I find that more difficult. It all depends on the shape of your body. But you can do that way. You also have a little bit of support with your elbows there. So either way, let's try 2 or 3 times, depending on how much strength you have today, holding for a maximum of about 10 seconds. So Kakasana. And take a deep breath before, and you can hold your breath while you're doing it. You can have another go. And you can try Bakasana. If you try Kakasana, and see what your body prefers. Yeah, this one's definitely more difficult for me. Feel some strain on my wrist. If you do feel any strain on your wrist, nice one to remember, it's just like the birds have got these beaks. Making this kind of beak shape on your hands is a really nice way to help stretch that out. Another stretch is this kind of swan dive as well, which is what they do in Aikido. Really stretching that out. If you do have wrist problems that are serious, I do not recommend doing this posture. We're now going to do a more challenging posture called Mayurasana, which is the Peacock Pose. It's called the Peacock Pose because peacocks are reputed to be able to eat poisonous snakes and have them not affect them. So this is about actually taking away toxicity from the body. You might find quite a strong release. I often find a lightening around my head after this posture. And what we're going to do is, if you feel your navel here, and you go on either side of your navel, you'll find a couple of points, probably about 2 fingers width on either side of your navel. You'll find a couple of points that are a little bit tender, a little bit painful. This is where your elbows are going to go, and you're going to put your whole body's weight on your elbow. So you're really going to stimulate your whole system by activating these pressure points. There's a more basic version called Hamsasana, which is the swan, which I will show you first, and then we'll also try Mayurasana. I haven't done it for a wee while actually, so let's see how it goes. Both start the same, although I'll show you an alternate entry that some might find easier, which is the Ashtanga version. So firstly, coming onto your knees like this, and placing your hands backwards with your arms together. Then we're going to take our head, put it on the ground, and adjust so that our elbows are either side of our navel. Then the legs go straight back. This might already be enough for you. You might feel the sense of pressure on your belly, and you might feel too much strain on your wrist. If you do, then just take a little rest in this pose. We can just rest in child's pose like this. For those people who feel okay in this position, we're going to move from we're going to move into swan with our heads up. So just looking like this. If that's enough for you, that's great. Otherwise, you can move into Mayurasana, where you just let the weight come forward by raising slowly your left feet back. And it's good to take a little rest after that pose. You can rest in Balasana, child's pose. See if you can notice the effect of that pose. And the first time you do that pose, it's pretty hard. And it really is just about practicing, and after 2 or 3 attempts, 2 or 3 days, you'll probably start to get the hang of it. We're going to try it one more time that way, or you can try in a way some people find easier, which is the Ashtanga entry, which is from down dog. Personally, I find the placement here easier. So either do the same way before, or try this Ashtanga way, where we're coming down onto our elbows like this. And again, resting in Balasana. It's quite a challenging pose, so well done for what you managed to do today. We're now going to do a fairly quick sequence going down into Shavasana, and we'll finish the beginning of your Shavasana just at the end of the lesson, and you can continue for as long as you like. So there's 5 minutes before the end of the lesson now. If you want a Shavasana for another 10 minutes, then I suggest setting your alarm for 15 minutes time. So we're going to finish this off with this sequence that just helps our body relax in the center again. Starting with shoulder stand. So lying on our backs. We're going to breathe our legs up, 45 degrees. Bring our hands on our hips and adjusting to get our shoulders up, coming as much as possible onto our shoulders, with our legs pointing straight up. Savasana. Breathing deeply into our bellies. This is a good one for varicose veins, insomnia, depression. It's also very good at draining and activating the blood circulation. Let's do 5 more breaths. And then we're going to slowly, very slowly, let our legs come down, keeping our hands on our back. And you can have a block here to rest your feet on, if you need. If your feet touch the ground, then you don't need to support your back. You can put your hands flat on the ground like this, or you can even extend a stretch by straightening out your arms. Legs should be straight in Halasana, the plow. Again, breathing into your belly slowly. Both of these activate the thyroid gland, so it's very good for hormonal balance. Now, with our hands flat on the ground, strong, using our hands as brakes, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly, slowly, strong hands, slowly, slowly coming down to the ground. And we'll finish with Matsyendrasana, fish pose, which, because we've been compressing our rib cage and our lungs, this does the opposite. So it's a very important counter pose. Just raising your buttocks, put your palms underneath your buttocks, your feet pointing towards the opposite end of the room. We're going to come onto our elbows and pulling our chest up, lowering back down onto the crown of our heads. It looks way harder than it actually feels. It looks a very strange and difficult position. It's actually quite simple. Breathing deeply into our lungs. Five breaths. Two more. And pushing down with your elbows, letting your head relax, moving your hands, turning your palms facing up. Your ankles can relax, making sure your head is nice and straight, in rest with your line with your spine, relaxing into the all-important Savasana to allow the integration of these energies. You want to do Savasana for never less than 5 minutes at the end of a practice, and if you have time, 10 minutes. Some people might find that their mind really starts to race, especially if you've been listening to a lesson and now you're in charge again. Just watch that part of your mind being busy. Imagine you're at the bottom of the ocean watching the waves on top. You are not your thoughts, you are the person who has your thoughts. Let your eyes close. Your ankles relax. Your feet relax. Knees, legs, hips, organs, chest, shoulders, palms of your hands, fingertips, neck, throat, head. And I'm going to ring this bell 3 times, and I'm going to say the closing mantra, and when you do wake, perhaps that's in 10 minutes' time, I wish you the most beautiful day or evening. May you awake feeling refreshed. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam gamaya Purnamada Purnamadam Purnat Purnamadachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamivavashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.